Hey, what's going on? I am J.A. Dudley. Hope y'all are all having a blessed day. This is another beautiful day. Just getting home, running around, filming stuff, editing stuff, doing things, running errands, trying to uh, get a whole bunch of stuff done because I have a few people coming over, getting ready for a training event that's going to be happening here on the mountain. It's called Night Responder with Refuge Medical. You should go look it up. If you're available to, you should come out and take the class because it's going to be, from what little bit I know and understand, it's going to be pretty interesting. But uh, throughout my day today, started getting all of these different alerts from uh, like things like vidIQ and a couple other places like congratulations, you now have 3,500 subscribers on YouTube. I was like, oh, that's awesome and cool. I don't know uh, what more you actually get from out of there, but it has been a journey that I am grateful for because I use YouTube for a multitude of reasons. One is so that I can show you what's going on, what's possible, what different aspects of life are out there, and also as a photo album or a video album or something like that. That as long as I play within the rules, this should be up forever. And then my children and their children and their children and their children will be able to see who I was in real time, as opposed to stories being told about me. Or uh, if I get to meet my grandchildren or great grandchildren and I tell them about, oh, the pandemic of 2020 and how I went and did this, went and did that, and got in a van and headed west. And now you're here. You think about those stories from hundreds of years ago. Can't even say 100 years ago, or maybe you can. Uh, when there was those stories of those people that settled here where they said that, oh, their great grandparents told them their stories about how them on a mule and a cart with everything that they owned, they moved here to this plot of land, they put down their flag and started homesteading. My story is a little bit different, but what different is my story going to be 100 years from now, as opposed to those stories 100 years before me and stories 100 years before them? It's going to be so much advancement, so much technology that comes about to where we would have people might take a photograph, take it not out of context, take it for granted. They'll take a photograph for granted right now because you could just take out your phone and your device and boom, there's a picture. I don't like it. I wasn't looking good in that shot, so I'm just going to delete it. I'm going to get rid of all that stuff. But you think about 20, 30 years ago, you had to purchase a camera, you had to purchase film, you had to frame your shot, get the shot as close to perfect, make sure that the flash was on, hope that the person wasn't blinking. And then you had to take that film to go get developed unless you already had the skills to develop that stuff. But now we take that for granted that our phones could do it. In storage, I have hundreds, if not thousands, of photos of my families that I plan on preserving because no one else felt the need to. Like that history, if I don't preserve it, it's going to get lost. If I don't one day show my sons, it's going to get lost. So then that history will be gone forever if I don't tell that story. And that's what YouTube is for me. I'm trying to tell that story to those in the future about how I got to this point today. Not where I'm going to be 10 years from now, but this is what you're seeing here today. You're looking at these trees. Maybe I'll do another video 10 years from now from this exact same spot on this corner of the porch and show you how these trees look. Or maybe it'll be in the fall. You'll be able to see through the trees to that rock wall right there. Then I can point and say, over that way is where we move to completely off grid, first living on a mountain. They'll be like, what's living off grid? We have Tesla coils now that beam electricity to wherever you are. You're like, well, we didn't have that technology back then. We had this olden technology where they use these wooden poles and strung up electrical lines, these metal cables with plastic covering over them to bring you electricity to power your device. But now it just gets beamed to you. So we tried to get power from the sun using solar panels. That's how we survived when we were living over there. That's how we kept food refrigerated. It's like, oh, refrigerated? What is that about? We have food replicators just like on Star Trek. Oh, okay. Well, that's something completely different that I didn't think that technology would actually become real. When you think about it, uh, it was sometime in the late 80s that your supermarket doors would open up automatically when you would walk up to them from that technology in the 60s that they faked on Star Trek, where you walk up to a door, the door automatically opens. We take all of that stuff for granted right now because that's just how things work now. But back then, it was science fiction. Like, how is a door going to open when you walk up to it? How are you going to have this little tiny device that not only gives you all the recorded history, not only for humans but for all different type of alien races, but all of their medical information, and all you have to do is just hold it up to them and it'll scan their entire body. You don't have to go in an MRI machine. You don't have to get a CT scan. You don't have to do all of that. This little tiny device, I just hold it up to you. I can find out everything that's wrong with you and prescribe something to you right from there, and boom, you're feeling better. Just imagine what 100 years from now will be. Shoot, I'm trying to think what a couple of months from now will be, because the stories that'll be told about this government here in the United States. Will there even be a United States 100 years from now? Such a new country. Will we be able to keep it? Will it be able to remain a republic? Will it become a dictatorship? Will it become communist? Will it become all of these different things? What can we hold on to? Can we hold on to the peace and quietness of living out here? Or will every little part of the United States turn into a metropolis, a city, or something where you have to depend on the government? You can't survive out on your own. They ban hunting, they ban guns, they ban this, they ban that, and you just have to become a part of the system. That's not something that I want. I want to live free in the middle of nothing, just like this. I want to go on adventures with my family. I want to tell them stories of the end of last century in the 1900s. Oh, that was so long ago. The 1900s. Back in 1987, where you would go to a fast food restaurant, and if they didn't have a play place, you didn't want to stay there. Back in the 80s. Back in like back in 1990 this, or the panic of Y2K in 1999. There's history written about that stuff that people one day will go back and look and see. It's like, wow, they didn't have this back then. They had these such primitive computers that they couldn't even program them, that the artificial intelligence in the computers couldn't see what was going on to protect them. Oh, they actually program computers? What is a computer programmer? Computers just are. That's going to be the mindset in the future. Hopefully, some of our sensibilities will stay, so we won't end up like the movie Idiocracy. You're not going to catch me wearing some Crocs. No, no, no. Not going to be one of the dumb ones. Not saying that everyone that wears Crocs is dumb, but there's a little bit of a history with intelligence and uh, that comfortable footwear. It's just not for me. I'll rock my boots. But with all this said, got 700 and something videos on YouTube. And thanks to all of you that's watching this or shared this or subscribed years ago when I was a professional fighter and then just completely forgot about me because I just stopped posting. It was a different time in my life. That whole transitional period of going from being a fighter, trying to market myself to greater things down that avenue and pathway to where I am now, to where my focus is my family, the father, my camp, and my tribe to balance my foundation. So the YouTube thing is cool. Granted, one day it may even turn into something that could support my family financially. You never know. There have been many of people that have made this hobby into something of a career. It's possible. I don't know if that's going to be possible for me, but I am not going to look at it like that. I am just going to stay consistent. And if it automatically turns into that, that's what it is. And all I can do is what I say thank you to the Father every time I wake up. And that's thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being subscribed. Thank you for spreading my message, sharing my videos, because somebody has to be doing it for me to get 3,500 subscribers. I don't know what type of bird or bug that was. It was bright and yellow. Wasn't a squirrel, but took my attention like that. But just thank you. Y'all have a blessed day. Shalom.